Hi guys, welcome to section C of chapter 20. We're going to talk about predicting the weather and weather maps. Okay, so this station model is a kind of a standardized set of symbols that you might see on some weather maps. You can see a sample of this on the bottom of page 495 in your books. Okay, and just these kind of random looking symbols are going to give you a lot of information, including wind speed, wind direction, cloud cover, temperature, air pressure, if there's precipitation, all kinds of stuff. Okay. So the circle portion is the cloud cover. And then these lines kind of coming off that circle, those indicate the speed. So however many kind of tick marks you have coming off of it coincides with the speed. But the direction that initial, post, this part, the direction it's pointing is indicating the direction the wind is coming from. Okay. So if you think of a compass, if this is north, if this is south, if this is east, and this is west, this would be northwest. That means the wind is coming from the northwest. Okay. So wherever that is on the rotation around a compass, that indicates the direction the wind is coming from. Okay. You might see these symbols on a weather map. Now, a weather map is usually just kind of a overview, a snapshot of a really large area. You can see that this is one that covering the entire United States. So you're not going to get as much detailed information as like a local weather map or a local weather forecast. But these larger weather maps still give us a lot of information. And they use a couple of lines that are similar to the lines that we saw on topographical maps earlier in the year. We have isobars, which connect areas of similar air pressure. Okay, remember bar, like barometer, that measures air pressure. And you can see all these numbers kind of in the thousands over there. That's a measurement of air pressure. Those are isobars. You might also see isotherms, and I can't really zoom in on this picture to see where there's any isotherms on there. I'm going to show you a website that will show you current weather maps like this, and you'll see some isotherms on there. An isotherm, like thermometer, joins areas on the map with similar temperatures. Okay, so we've got air pressure and temperature being joined by lines. Okay, you can also see that it indicates the different fronts that are being shown. Okay, here's a cold front, here's a warm front. Let's see. Is that a stationary front and occluded front? I might have those reversed. Anyway, you can see all four different fronts indicated on there. And remember, those fronts bring predictable weather. Okay, so that's another useful tool. And like I said already, the symbols from that station model might be on the map, so you might be able to find things like precipitation and wind speed and direction. Okay. All right, so really, weather forecasting is kind of a big deal. You know, if you've got a baseball game to play, you want to know what the weather is. If you're going on vacation, you're going to the beach, whatever. How are you going to dress? There's a lot of effort put into this weather forecasting. Okay, meteorologists are the scientists that study the weather, they study the atmosphere, and predict it. Okay, so they collect all kinds of data and then kind of put that together. Okay, the data can come from weather stations. We have a weather station here. That data can be useful to some meteorologists. But then there's even more like precise and high tech weather stations that they use. But they also use radar and satellite imagery. Okay. Just the actual movement of the air, the formation of clouds is a big deal when it comes to predicting the weather. And then computers also help them analyze this data. Okay. Daily forecast, like right before the day of, it's going to be much more accurate because you can get an actual view of what's happening around us. Okay. But you can get probably about a 10-day forecast, a 10-day prediction. And it changes because as you're getting closer, again, you're getting more data, and so it becomes more accurate. This is a screenshot from my iPhone. So this is something you can see at any time on your smartphones, okay? It's old. That's not the forecast that's coming up. It's an old screenshot. But anyway, it gives us an hour-to-hour prediction, but then a day-to-day prediction as well. And if you scroll up on that, it will just show humidity, wind speed, air pressure, I believe. I'd have to double check that, but it gives us some additional information on there. So a very useful tool. And one of the main entities that puts this together and then sends this information out is called the National Weather Service. Okay. So this is a site that I would like you guys to be able to play with on your own. I will show it to you in class. Let's see, I need to turn my pen off here and then click on this link, and it's going to take us to this website. Now, this is a current map, okay? And I'll share this with you in class. And so we can see what's going on in our country. So here's some fronts, okay? We've got the different fronts moving in, okay? This L for low pressure, H for high pressure. And it's showing some precipitation. It looks like the eastern part of the country is getting some precipitation right now, not us, okay? There's different maps that you can play with. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's some of those station model symbols. Okay, you've got the circles for the cloud cover. We've got some isotherms and some isobars. You can see the temperature in there with that station model. So just some weather maps that you guys can play with on your own. And I believe that is all. Let me double check. That is. All right. See you guys later.